Cancer. You guys read the cards, man. I'm fucking, like, I'm not, I'm lost. Dude, I'm so lost. I know. Here I am trying to give guidance. I'm with you. I am with you. I am so lost. But not really. Let's talk. Cancer. Let's just be honest with each other. All this shit is happening in our 7th house. And I don't want to hear a goddamn word about Aquarius energy is this house for Cancer. The way the wheels turn in the sky is not some like all the time shit, okay? So where things are falling right now, if I counted it, if I place Cancer in that real first house position, if I put them really on the first house cusp, it's still landing in your 7th house. You know what that means? There are five planets in your 7th house. It is no wonder that shit has been shifting and changing. And it's not just external. Because let me say this to you right now. If shit just shifts externally, Cancerians, it's bullshit. It's got to awaken you. There's got to be a shift in you. You know, in the way that you perceive things, understand things, know things, and feel comfortable with things. The shift has got to come inside and out. Doesn't mean you don't necessarily have to be the one pushing or shifting, but it's got to change inside of you too. And that's really what's going on. There's this enlightenment, and it's difficult. Pisces, Scorpio, motherfucking ask them. Go watch their readings. I don't think they're really happy with their readings this week. It's tough time for water energy because for water energy to trust air energy, because there's a shit ton of air energy flying around this week. For hello, 5 fucking planets in Aquarius. And your 7th house, which is ruled by Libra. There's so much air energy that honestly, it's not our go-to. Now, as Cancerians, sometimes we really have our little crabby claw footholds on the land. So we can like, that's why we get along so well usually with earth signs, because we can comprehend where they coming from. But them fucking air signs, like those air energy, we don't get it. And that's a problem. And I think that that's the awakening and the enlightenment is it's not their fault. It's not the fault of the energy that we don't get it. It's our responsibility, no matter how difficult it is, to figure it the fuck out and to be open to some goddamn insights. It's us that has to change. And how do you start that change? The easiest way is to see parts of yourself in them. What the fuck is air and water? Air is just another layer of the water. It's a lighter. My son has taught me that. He's a pilot. He's like, Mom, so much shit is the same as like what sailors have to understand. You really don't understand. There's currents up here. There's waves up here. There's riptides up here. There's air is just another layer of the water. It's just a less dense layer. This is a blue planet through and through, top and bottom. You know, so if we can see ourselves in the air and see how we are similar, we still have more to go, but that is a start. It's realizing maybe they're different, but this energy isn't so far off. You know, the idea of thought and emotion, how difficult and how different they are. They're not. They're just another part. And I said this on my daily reading. By the way, you can catch the daily tarot card readings from Born Without Boundaries Monday through Friday on Instagram, born_without_boundaries. Join me. That I said we sometimes we just like we cut off our, it's like, what was it, cut off our hand despite our whatever. You know, it's like the mind and the heart are part of the same body. We're not working they don't work in isolation from each other. Yes, they do different things, but their purpose is the same. And that is to keep this healthy, happy, strong, and acting right right? That's the point. Their purpose is the same. So if we can focus on the purpose, then we can focus on the connectivity between us. What is the purpose with intellect? What is the purpose? Don't worry, I'll wait. What is the purpose of our intellect? The purpose of our intellect is to translate what our heart is saying into pragmatic strategy. So into strategy that can be put to pragmatic use. It goes soul, which is where God literally speaks inside of you. It's that piece of God that's in you that is always connected to source. To heart, which is the announcing chamber, it's the speaker system of the soul. It lets you know exactly what's right and what's wrong for you based on what the soul is saying to it. And the brain is supposed to listen to the heart and say, how do I make this actually work? So the brain is really the architect. And then the hands and the earth, the hands, the body is the contractor that actually does the work. But it's this system, right? It's this system. It's how it goes from something that's ineffable and ethereal to something that's practical and 3D. There's a connection here. We are the conduit of the spirit into the earth, into the 3D world. We are, and conversely, reversely, we are their experience. We are how the spirit experiences the world through what we receive from it. A give and take all the time. So ultimately, when we're surrounded by all the air energy that we are now, in other words, what it's telling me in your 7th house is that you're about to be like, what? When it comes to relationships. You're about to think outside of the box when it comes to relationship. Like shit that you just never even imagined could make you happy or would make you happy or would be something that you feel comfortable in. That's going to be what you're going to be comfortable in. It's different, and you need the difference. You need the experience, and you need the freedom to know that you're not stuck in your safety zone, because that's really what makes life suck, is being stuck and not being able to move on from your safety zone. It's like, then you never go anywhere. You know, you heard that line from like Finding Nemo. Or it also actually heard it on the Golden Girls. Dorothy says this to Rose. And you know, Dorothy is very cranial. She talks, she thinks a lot. And she said, you know, if you don't decide to do something, then oh, fuck. I hate paraphrasing. Let me just use the Dory line. Dory and Dorothy. Isn't that funny? That's so cute. Dory, who was actually played by Ellen DeGeneres, who is ironically an Aquarius, but whatever. I digress a little bit, kind of. Dory says to Marlin, when he says, I promised I would talking about Nemo, I promised I'd never let anything happen to him. She said, well, that's silly. And Marlin doesn't understand. But Dory is an outside of the box thinker. We know that because she's not encumbered by memories, which, hello, what are we? If water signs are not memories, I don't know what the fuck we are. We are memories. That's what water signs are. So sometimes we let what we've learned from the past get in the way of experiencing the world in a new way. And so what Dory says is, well, if nothing ever happens to him, then nothing will ever happen to him. And that's when we realize all these experiences, as scary as they can be, as dangerous as they can be, as risky as they can be, as painful as they can be, that's what life is. And that's what being alive is. And that's good, that there's a beauty in all of those processes, because as long as something's happening to you, you're alive. You're still in it. You're still in it. So ultimately what we're trying to do is take everything, and with Mercury in retrograde, but Mercury is in Aquarius, right? Mercury is in Aquarius. This is communicating, talking, speaking, telling, sharing with people. But it's retrograde, so it's almost like having conversations with a bunch of fucking people about thoughts that you thunk a long time ago, or reviewing why you think that way. Why do you think the way that you do about relationships? Dude, there's a method to my madness. It had to take me that long to get there, yes. Why do you think the way that you think? Why have you made the decisions that you've made about relationships? Relationships are not so cut and dry. They're not so black and white. There's so many different shades, not of gray, but colors in between. There's so many beautiful array and variety and different ways to connect with people and to love them and let them love you. What decisions have you made about relationships that are getting in your way of joy? Okay, travel time. It's travel time. Like no other way to say it. I think that these words, the dream cards, are coming up with a pretty blunt message. It's time for you to get out and go. It's time for you to go. Time for you to go. Can't go. Can't go. Can't go. You gotta go. Time. Gotta travel. Get out there. Traveling helps you experience different perspectives. It helps you see different ways other people interact. Because it's almost like saying this. Remember how I said it's like find the commonality between the water and the air? Is the fact that there's water in the air. It's just less dense. So I don't mean that as an insult. Well, this is it. There's like this 3D world is a commonality. We know we're all human. We know we're all people, but sometimes it takes us to experience how different people experience life and how different people live, to open our eyes to the fact that there was even another perspective out there. It's almost saying you've been too much in your comfort zone. You've been too much in your cloister. You have to get out, and getting out will open your minds in a very simple way that it'll show you that things are not the same. Things are not as you've always done them. That people, real people, measurable, living, breathing, actual, real, not hypothetical, not spiritual people are doing things differently right here, right now on this very planet. And that's a start, Cancer. That's a start to get yourself going and less afraid of differences and opening yourself up to the differences. Now, I got this card, resolution. It just gave me a peace, because what this tells me is there's a difficult time in your life that's coming to an end. And this card is the same thing. It literally says the same thing. Resolution is finally dealing with and confronting your demons. And then Sea of Love is you've been through a shitty time, but now it's time to let it go. This card says, because it says a sea, right? The emotions. It's time to let it go. You see how she's letting go of the ocean and she's letting the flowers fall on her? She's letting go of the memory and the heaviness that as water signs we hold on to. And she's letting the air bring in new breath. She's breathing. We're still human, right? No matter where you're born, you ain't born under the water. You're not breathing in water. We all breathe air. So it's time to exhale all that shit that we can't use anymore. It's time to do a real big trash dump. That's what Mercury retrogrades are great for, is going through what serves us and what doesn't. And in Aquarius, it's asking us, what are the concepts that are just need to be dumped? What are the ideas that need to be dumped? What we've learned and the lessons? Because we learn good lessons and bad lessons. Not all lessons are good. Some lessons keep us stuck. They make us, they perpetuate fear in us. So it's like, dump it. Wherever we've been taught that doesn't serve us or that has become self-deprecating and defeating, we have to dump. It's a lot. And it's not just saying that we have to. It's saying that the universe is prime. It's a dump truck has showed up. It's here to collect it. Get your dump ready, because the universe is trying to take it from you now. It's not just you, it's them too. There is something on the other side. It's not you doing all the work. It's the universe is on the other side doing the work with you. Saying, no, I'm here, like I'm your dump truck. I'm actually here to like remove the garbage. You don't have to lug it yourself. You just have to get it ready for me and leave it out by the door. I'm gonna suck all this shit away. I'm gonna do it. But you got to let me know what it is. I can't go in there in you for you and determine what's trash and what's not, what's got to go and what should stay. That's your part of the work. But if you put it out on the fucking curb, I'm going to come pick it up. Throughout this whole month of February, throughout this whole Aquarian energy, particularly in 7th house, that shit that you've learned about relationships, what you've accepted as reality, which is usually just bullshit, not reality, right? Go see, experience other people's realities and say, no, I'm not right about this. And that's liberating. And you take that and you put it out onto the curb. The universe is here to beep, 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 collect that trash and just take it away. And it will never exist again. It will never exist again in your world. This is the time. Dance with life and Unbound has showed up for you. And I think, once again, I'm not going to go too deep in explaining these cards to you. They speak for themselves. This is dance. What is it? Rhythm. Picking up on the rhythm. Picking up on the timing. Going with the music. Like surrendering yourself to the rhythm around you. Liberating yourself from being afraid or how you get in the way. And then Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Guys, this is our time. You have 2 full moons representing let go of those emotions. Let go of those things that have taught you, those sad feelings that exacerbate those lessons that are bad for you. This is the time. And it's not only like the time, it's you're going to feel, if you're in tune with nature, which is what Dance with Life is about. If you're in tune with nature, you're going to feel it's happening to you naturally. You're not going to, after this month, you're just not going to be the same person that you were. And it's good because, hello, change is life. You only are alive if you can continue to change, right? The only static state of our 3D existence is death. And even in death, our bodies change. And hopefully our souls become something else. But I mean, in terms of our conscious experience in the 3D world, the only time it doesn't change is death. That's the ending of our experience in this body, in who we are now. So you're changing because you're still alive and you're growing. And that's good news, right? Fish, mice. What does this mean? There's some sort of deterioration of finances, some unhealthy issue or relationship with money that has been happening and getting you crazy. And really making you sick. Some deterioration of finances or some sort of difficulties with finances. Clouds and coffins say whatever this confusion is, whatever this shitty, whatever's been causing this, it's about to clear. The confusion is about to be over with. It's about to be done. You know, it's almost like there's also saying you're confused as to why things are dying, why things aren't growing. This is the step back that you need to realize what's going on, what you're doing or what's happening that's not letting things grow. This is that moment of realization that really just sort of like sets you up for success. Meditate and contemplate. Meditate is a way of grounding yourself. That's why it's saying it actually will help to realign and rebalance your emotions so that your emotions and your intellect are in tune instead of dissonant from each other. And then confidence is your key to success. And what is confidence? What is Leo energy? That's right. It's your heart space. It's we only are truly listening to our heart. It's like our heart might be the speaker system, but our brain is the ears. You know, it's the natural receiver for what our heart is saying. So have we been listening to our heart? You know, and that takes courage. And honestly, this is the time when you're going to have it. There's a lot of courage now. And because of it, shit's going to change. And the change comes through you. Cancer, if you love this reading, please do like the video and share it on your social media platforms because that really helps the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel and also ring that bell and hit all notifications because I upload like 12 to 14 videos a week. You're not just a Cancerian, you're your rising sign, your moon sign. All of them get a new video every single week. It's not time sensitive, but it is new and fresh every week. So tune in and you'll get those notifications as long as you have that bell rung. Like I said, join me over on my Instagram profile because we do daily tarot card readings. And of course, I upload a lot of other more personal content up there on my Instagram profile. So join me there, born_without_boundaries. And there's always an extended. Every single video has an extended video. And what that is hardcore tarot. And that is, what are the challenges? What do I do about it? What shit might be thrown at me? Like the specifics, the details, gets in real deep. And it also includes a second reading, which is a romance specific reading. Because I know all y'all out here on a spiritual quest, shout out to my people who don't give a fuck about love and twin flame relationship readings because they're so obsessed with just that. This is about healing and messages for everyone. But if you are looking for a romance specific reading, that's going to be the 2-in-1 over on the extended. So I invite you over there. You can subscribe over there too. And then you'll actually get access to the extendeds like a day before you'll get any access here, FYI. So let's go into your animal totem. That's right, the reading ain't done. The wisdom keeps coming. Let's get into your animal totem, Cancerians. Animal totem. That is so weird. Sometimes I don't know, like, because I use all the cards at once, so I don't know what gets stuck in what. But there is a fairy oracle card that came out. I love this. What you haven't been, it's been right above you all the time. It's been right above you all the time, but we're so into our own world that we become oblivious, right? We're always, our attention's always in the other direction. His hands pointed, he's all sure of himself, he's solid, he knows who he is, he's overindulged one aspect of himself. And then all of a sudden, this little thing drops. And it's like, when did that get there? Dude, it was up there all along. This is telling me that something, it's been there all along, Cancerians. It's been there all along, and now the breakthrough comes when we notice it. Oh my God. Trust the great mystery. Jump in. This is the time, 6 + 5 = 11, for you to just trust. Trust in God, trust in the universe, and know it got you. It got you. Also, dive into those emotions. Dive into them and see what's bullshit, what's not. Where the toxicities are. Don't be afraid anymore. Right now, as I make this video, the moon is in Scorpio. And that is, the moon is in a fall position in Scorpio because it's scared. You know, as Cancerians, we don't like to confront all the dark shit. We like to hide ourselves from it. In Scorpio, it's like, nah, give me that shell. You're going to see this shit. You got to. This is the fears. This is the time to really get real with what is toxic and needs to go. Be playful. I know, like, what is it? This is about the liberation that comes, because this is air energy. And this is where your brain can actually help to save you. That's what it's saying. It's saying that, yeah, you may be diving in deep, but if you use your intellect, then you can objectively handle this in a way where you're actively putting this to work. You're not just gonna lose yourself in it. That's a saying. It's like when you go into that underworld as a moon sign, you got to have something that's tethering you to up above and keeping you light to get you the fuck back up. And that's your mind. That's your intellect. That's your ability to be objective. And then we have be peace, which is also Libra energy. And it also could be love. And I really do think, and you know, doves are messengers. They represent the Holy Spirit. There's lots of wonderful imagery and meaning, symbology with the dove. But dove is love. And this is this weird love. I think this unexpected love that you didn't know was there. It's going to become very evident to you now that it really, really was. All along, the whole fucking time. And no, that doesn't mean... You go to the romance reading if you want to know. Does that mean we're getting back together? You go to the romance reading. That's where you'll find that information. What this means is, because it's still a general reading, it could simply be that you just get the peace that you needed when you thought somebody that you'd lost hated you. or that they never loved you and never cared. Something's going to come up to make you realize, no, they really fucking did the whole time, didn't they? Yeah, the whole time they loved you. The whole time they cared about you. They may have been bad at expressing it. They may have been bad at showing it. And it doesn't mean that they are in a place where they're coming back into your life or that they even can. They could be past. They could be deceased. You know, but there's information coming to you that lets you heal something that you thought would be a forever wound. Oh, I love you guys. Okay, let's get into your angel messages. Ooh. Yeah, I let all them other readers do that stupid shit. I go deep here. Sacred space. I know that's a little, that's so catty, right? Oh my God. Whatever. Sacred space. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That was mean. That was mean. I know. But I'm saying, God, it's not always about what's right in front of you with this fucking relationship shit. Don't you see that is a distraction from your soul? That is not your soul. That is a distraction from you learning about who you are. Enough with that crap. There are deeper parts of you. Get to them. Sacred space. We, your guardian angels, surround you with emerald, gold, and rose pink light. Surrender your concerns and worries and enter the sacred space of healing. This is a constant reminder, guys, that you're loved. Well, always. 100%. You're always loved. You always were. Even when you don't feel loved. Even when you don't feel it. You are. Archangel Metatron. I am your link between heaven and earth. Oh my God. Between your humanity and your divinity, which is what this whole reading was about. I am here to help you heal the conflict that exists between your heart and mind. Feel me in your heart and thoughts. Through oneness, there is love, that entity that is in both. Also, a great place to pray. If you're looking for that external action that you can do to help you, pray to Archangel Metatron. Metatron. Think global, which is about traveling. You are being encouraged to spread your wings, right? And wings don't work in water, so where you gotta go. Think outside the square. You are a citizen of the world. Expand your vision. Imagine the world within your heart. Embrace it. Surround it with love. Let it be, and so it will be. Now, does that mean that you got to go buy a ticket to nowhere? No. I'm telling you, the opportunity is going to come up. When it comes up, say yes. Don't rush it or force it. Have faith in it. It's going to come. Clarity. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in the blue of the sky. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place. A gift from your guardian angel. So there you go. What does it say? Breath. Breath. And that has to do with air. It doesn't matter what sign you are. You can always go back to the breath. And actually, if you do this, it gives you so much clarity. It purges so much toxicity. Just by breathing, you can start. You could start there. Let's go into the deep dive, into the tarot. I will see you guys in the extended. The link is below.